Shalom. We the real Hebrew Israelites. We come out every week, prophesy the downfall of this kingdom, America, which is called the daughter of Babylon in the Bible, and to teach you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you are the Lord's chosen people. On this sign, the 12 tribes of Israel, we want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone camps, for teaching us the truth of the Bible. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect scattered around the world.
So, I was listening to the apostles, and they were saying that, you know how that douchebag Haragaya went to Vegas and was talking shit to the brothers in Vegas, saying that we learned from the internet. So, I'm looking for the night coming from no man can teach. Or the night.
That dude, Haragaya.
Yeah. So it's in John 9 and 4.
This is John 9 and 4. I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work.
So while it is day and then night, so that's giving you a lot of clues. So it's giving you day and it's giving you night, but it's also telling you that that you won't be able to do the work. So darkness is basically, the end of the show. Like what we're doing right now, what we have to do is before Yahushua comes back, or else we didn't do it the right way, right? Because like let's say Yahushua cracks the skies and then we wait for the destruction to start happening and then we start going out. So who's the light of the world and who's the darkness? So I'm gonna tell you right now, Esau is the darkness. Read the next verse.
As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world.
And that was Yahushua saying that. So he was telling the apostles back then, as long as I am in the world, I am the light. And that's basically what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to show everybody the light, because then, let's see, this is why we got to use tools we're getting. This is light. Oh man, look at that. This is light. Because right here, I can go into the word, to the Greek, into the Hebrew, to the concordance. So the light is, it says phos. So let's get some from an obsolete, foul, to shine or make manifest, especially by rays, luminousness in the widest application, natural or artificial, abstract or concrete, literal or figurative, fire or light. So in Italian there's a word called foca, and that means fire. And when you translate it to the Spanish, you get foco, which means light. Which is a light bulb. Light, the light emitted by a lamp. Oh, emitted by a lamp. So who's the lamp? Right now, Yahushua is a fire, and we're the lamps. We're out here being the flashlight. Have you ever used? Well, I bet you your car has those LED lights that shine real far, and then you can see a line. Okay, so that's basically what it's talking about. Your light has got to shine as far and wide as it can go. So let's get some more definitions. A star, anything emitting light. Fire, because it is lit and sheds light. A lamp, a torch. Brightness, God is light because light has extremely delicate, subtle, pure, brilliant quality of truth and its knowledge together with the spiritual purity associated. So I'm going to stop there and then we'll get some concordances. This is Matthew 4:16. You know, the people which sat in darkness saw great light, and to them which sat in the region and shadow of death light is sprung up. So the light comes and they, oh, when Yahushua was born, wasn't there a light in the sky? The light that the Magi were following. This is Matthew 5:14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. So the city that's set on the hill is Israel. That's the city. Go ahead, get the next one.
When he had thus spoken, he spat on the ground and made clay of the spittle, and he anointed the eyes of the blind man with the clay.
And that's spiritual right there. Let's see. Because there's a story that we were made from clay in the Bible. So we're going to get the word anointed. So Yahushua can anoint anything. That lets you know that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is in control. So it's epicreo, to spread on, anoint anything upon anything. So when you anoint yourself with the oil, you're rubbing it on and you're getting it in. But what we're anointing with right now is the light. Making sure that you understand what's going on. That you're putting back that light. You know, in the Olympics, there's this big torch that you take it from the area that's lit, and the lights the torch, and then the person runs to the Olympic torch and lights it. Well, that's what we're doing. Hit the next scripture, and then we can go into your lesson.
And said unto him, Go wash in the pool of Siloam, which is by interpretation sent. He went his way therefore and washed and came seeing.
So this man was blind. He went to the well to wash himself in the pool, which by interpretation is sent. So we're sent, and that's what the word apostle means. Guess what? We're doing what the apostles told us to do. We're being sent. So if the apostle said, make a video every day, you got to make at least one video for 5 videos a week. You got to make some sort of effort. So let's go into your lesson.
I got some scriptures too to link up with yours, because you said right now it's the daytime and it's the time to do the work. So the same thing with our spirits. Our spirits, they have to be clean, and being clean is having the light. And if you dirty up your spirit, that means you're gonna shed some of that light.
You got a dirty spirit, you're a dirty light.
Because some of that, the reverse way is, say you don't have no light, and then you crack a window or crack something, and then a light comes beaming in.
It comes shining in.
Yeah, but the opposite way is you have a full light, but then some of that light starts creeping out. So to keep your spirits clean, let's go to Matthew 12 and 43.
This is the book of Matthew 12 and 43. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none.
So it said the unclean spirit. right? So I'm gonna get the unclean, and the definition is akathartos, and not cleansed in a ceremonial sense, that which must be abstained from according to the Levitical law. In a moral sense, and it also says unclean in thought and life.
Yeah.
So it's not only unclean with the flesh, but it's also unclean thoughts. Because Satan, he's allowed to get into your thoughts, and he's allowed to send his army of demons, you know, to try and creep into your thoughts.
That's why you get those thoughts all the time. You just gotta rebuke them. You know what? I've just been rebuking Satan and his demons a lot. But guess what? If let's say someone comes up to the camp and they're disrespectful, and then there's no way you can calm them down, you can ask how Bashem Yahushai to send his demons on that person to punish him. So guess what? In the way Satan and his demons are here to punish you, you can use them. You just gotta know how.
That's right. Because these demons, what they'll try to do is they'll try to possess you. You know?
Yeah.
That's why we would be called the exorcists, you know? Because we're trying to exorcise these demons outside of these people who are in their spirits.
Yeah. And the thing about that is you have to have the recipe. You have to have knowledge of how to do it. You can't just say, in the name of sweet Jesus, they'll fuck you up. Because that name doesn't threaten anybody. That name isn't scary, and that name does not belong to a living power, you know? It doesn't, it's nobody owns it. So let me get this for you in Luke 11 and 24. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none. He saith, I will return into my house whence I came out. So that's the demon too. If the demon's looking for you and you keep rebuking him, he's gonna be like, I can't do nothing here.
He's gonna try to go and say to dry places. That's talking about a desert, because in a desert there ain't no water. And the scriptures, this is the living water.
Yes, that's right. And then there's a song called "There's a Horse in the Desert Looking for a Rain." You ever heard that one? It's a 60s song, but there's a horse in the desert and it's looking for rain, and I don't know the name of that. It's pretty cool. It's pretty good. I like it because it talks about you're in the desert, and the whole time you're in the desert, you're looking for rain. That's the dry bones looking for meat to put on, for the sinews and everything.
Dry bones, they don't have the scriptures, which is the living water.
Yep. And if you try to grow a plant, or let's say you need water, a person needs water, try to go a couple of days without water. You're not gonna have a proper bowel movement. You're gonna be dehydrated. You're not gonna be doing the same things you could. You're gonna be feeling bad. But you can't tell unless you examine yourself. Like you can tell on the plant. Like if you're watering a piece of corn, like the leaves will turn yellow and they'll start drying up. And you'll notice, you'll say, oh, this piece of corn is dry. I need to water it. But then you also need to know how to water it. You can't just water it on top of the root. It'll drown. You have to water it by the feet. So if this is a root, you water it right here. Go back to Matthew.
Yeah, read that one again.
Matthew 12 and 43. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none.
So the unclean spirit is a evil thought, right? So I got the etymology for possession, right? Because these demons, they try to possess you. That's why they got the movie The Exorcist, and you see that one lady going all crazy.
Oh yeah. And you can also see it in the movie Constantine. There's a bunch of movies.
And it says possession, act or fact of holding, occupying, or owning,
Oh,
a taking, possession, occupation. And it says that which is possessed, material or landed property. And then it was just talking about that the unclean spirit leaves its home.
yeah, because if the home is a man, and the man, well, let's say you decide to sell your home. Who the hell's gonna want to buy your home if it's all trashed up, right? Let's say your home is trashed up. That means that it got burned down. That means it got possessed by demons. But let's say your house is making noises and shit's falling down. It's being possessed. If you come to the power and the truth of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, that possession starts to reverse itself.
Because the house is all messed up, right?
Yes, sir. But the house starts cleaning itself up. Next thing you know, you can sell that house for double what you paid for it.
Because the house, it represents your spirit, you know, and if your spirit's dirty, that means your house is dirty.
Yep. So your pineal gland has got to be clean. And you can't be committing adultery. You can't be a homosexual. You can't be a kidnapper and sell people to fucking sex traffickers. You can't be a murderer. You can't be a hitman. You can't even be like these fake Christian pastors, because they're all fake pastors. You can't be like that. You gotta be sincere.
And then, Salakia, going back, it says, the legal property sense is earliest, the demonic sense, in English, state of being under the control of evil spirits or of madness. That's what these demons do when they jump on you. They try to get you to get mad, because that's their source, you know, is the evil, is the madness.
You be getting mad all kinds of times anyways, but you can control it. But
Because there's a thing called righteous anger,
Yep.
you know.
But if you're out there trying to say that you're teaching, and some lady passes by and you're all yelling at her, trying to get her to come and talk to you, is that righteous? You say what you gotta say, but you don't have to bring nobody in.
Because can we get Ephesians 4 and 26.
Ephesians 4 and 26. Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
See, so if you're gonna be angry, don't let it make you go off and make you sin, and don't be thinking about it all day, you know, to where it says let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
And that represents darkness. Because the sun goes down, there's no light.
Just like when the sun goes down, you're not gonna be able to do the work.
That's right. So, but there's a lot of people, there's a lot of brothers that go out in the night. And I think that's mostly just to hang out. But you shouldn't be going out at night because the demons come out at night. So you're putting yourself in harm's way. Now you can do whatever you want. I'm not telling you what to do. But if you invite me to go out at 10 o'clock at night, I'm going to tell you no thank you. And then you better not get mad at me talking shit like, I can't believe you don't want to do the work. No, it's not up to you. You don't tell no other man when he can do the work. That man has to decide for himself, be fully persuaded in his own mind. He'll get up and say, okay, I got to do the work. Let me read that one again. This is Ephesians 4 and 26. Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
So if you're angry, you have to use it as a motivation, you know, because if you use it in the wrong way, it's gonna make you look like a fool.
Like a damn fool.
You see, because it's in Ecclesiastes 7 and 9. Because the anger, it'll tear you up, you know. It comes with depression, with stress. You know, herbs is good, you know, to take for stress.
Ecclesiastes what?
Ecclesiastes 7 and 9.
This is Ecclesiastes 7 and 9. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger rested in the bosom of fools.
See, so if you catch yourself feeling mad, just think that you're a fool.
Yeah. You getting mad? What the hell are you getting mad? Well, I know why you're getting mad, because you're a fool. You don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, because I think a lot of boxers, a lot of coaches tell their boxers it's better to fight smart, not to fight mad.
Yeah. Now, some people know how to use that anger and turn it into something like you can use. Now let's say, remember Mike Tyson when he fought Evander Holyfield and he got mad and he bit his ear? Now he was just getting mad.
After that, I bet you he felt like a fool.
Yeah, because now they're friends and everything, and then he says that he regrets it.
He probably felt, shame.
Yep. But that's the things that have to happen in order for you to get humbled. So this is Proverbs 14 and 17. He that is soon angry dealeth foolishly, and a man of wicked device is hated. All right. This is Proverbs 14 and 17. He that is soon angry dealeth foolishly, and a man of wicked devices is hated.
A man of wicked devices.
Just straight up hated.
So don't put all your worship into these devices. All we need is this book, scriptures.
So where were we in Ecclesiastes? 4 and 16? No.
Ecclesiastes 7 and 9.
No, 7. Oh. So let me read that one again. Ecclesiastes 7 and 9. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger rested in the bosom of fools.
See, so once you overcome that madness, and once you believe in these scriptures, you're gonna feel way better.
You're gonna feel a lot different. Things aren't gonna bother you as much. Like the things that bothered you before, they're not gonna bother you. Like, let's say the first time you come into the truth and then you're barely fresh, and then Jehovah's Witness comes to your house, you're gonna be mad. You're gonna be upset. You're gonna try to quote the scriptures, and we've seen this happen. We've seen people get upset. People got upset at us. We've got upset. But then what's the end of it? We end up looking like fools. But we end up looking like fools for Yahushua, and you just end up looking like fools.
I think that's why the apostles, they don't set up, right in the middle of the street anymore like they used to, because
who the fuck wants to do that? That's smart, right?
Because they're trying to find peace.
Well, yeah, but why the hell would you want to give your peace to someone that wants war with you? Like, Edomites will come up and start talking shit. They'll let you know. They'll let you know that they hate you. But then what's the point? Are you gonna fight them? No.
Well, the scriptures tell us how to fight. I think it's Psalms. It's First Thessalonians.
Thessalonians. This is the book of the First Thessalonians. What word?
First Thessalonians 5:5.
1 Thessalonians 5 and 5. Ye are the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore, is that 5? Yeah, that is 5. Therefore, let us not sleep or do others as do others, but let us watch and be sober. So
Yeah.
that's the way to fight, huh?
Yeah.
You can't just, oh, I'm gonna fight like today when I was driving to camp. He didn't cut me off, but if I was at the line, he would have hit me. You know how people cross that stop right here, and they turn into it. And then he had the audacity to look at me, and I was like, man, I'll probably just kick you in the face. But that's what I said, but I wouldn't do it. Once I get out and then things are real, I'll be like, you know what? I ain't no dummy.
Because Salaki, it's verse 8.
I was gonna get to this.
So
Oh, let me get 7.
keep going.
For they that, because this goes right into, well,
Yeah.
you see, that's the spirit. It went into my lesson went into his lesson. And he didn't tell me what he was gonna bring out.
Just talking about the light and dark.
For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. Man, so you don't want to be asleep in the night. And that word sleep, it goes into being a fool. Because if you're asleep, you don't know. Like, oh, he's sleeping. What do we call jakes that are asleep? 2/3. Let's see. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. So who's drunken in the night? The people that have that wicked philosophy. Oh, I'm gonna go to a fucking Christian outing where there's Christians, and they already have that place reserved, and I'm gonna make sure that they hear what I got to say. Might as well be a Jehovah's Witness. Let's see, let's get the next one. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet the hope of salvation.
So right there it's saying to put on the breastplate of faith and
And put on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet the hope of salvation.
so it's the breastplate of faith and love. And the scriptures say, if you love me, keep my commandments.
Yep.
So that's where the love is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. By doing that, you're gonna have the breastplate.
Yep.
You know.
And a breastplate and all that armor is for secondary defense.
And it protects the heart.
Yeah. It's for secondary defense, it's not for primary defense. You as a warrior have to be able to. That's what you as a warrior. The breastplate is when you're fucking in battle, too much shit's going on and it's just there to help you. That's what a real helmet, that's what the whole armor is for.
Just to protect your heart.
Yeah. You think a samurai would suit up?
Because one hit to the heart, you
That's
die.
where they stop you.
That's the source.
And you got archers that fucking far away will hit you. They'll hit you in a pinball. So imagine a samurai, and you're gonna fight a samurai, and you're a samurai too. But this guy didn't put on his. You don't put on your own shit. You can't. So you have to sit there, and people put that shit on you one piece at a time. And then the last piece is a helmet. And by the time the helmet's on, you're already in war mode. You're not gonna take nothing off. You can't take nothing off. You can't, because then you're exposed. So then you think that samurai's gonna be like, leave the heart plate a little loose. I want that arrow to sneak in. So the whole purpose of the armor is to cause protection while you're being distracted, and distracted by war. You're clean, and then someone's gonna make sure that you're distracted and not paying attention and shoot you from a point where they think you're vulnerable. So the helmet of hope and salvation.
Alright, so to protect that, you gotta follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability.
That's right. Like it's if you're putting on that helmet, you're in the army, buddy. You're in the team. You're on the team. And then if you're on the team, you gotta play by the rules, and you gotta be part of it. You gotta be a team player. You can't be saying shit like Edomites can make it. I'm gonna get verse 9. For Yahweh. Alright. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 8. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet the hope of salvation.
So it's the breastplate and then the helmet. So the helmet is the hope of salvation.
That's right.
And that's why we out here, you know? Is hoping for salvation.
Because you don't have to be out there in the middle of the fucking street, everybody passing by. You're actually tempting the Lord. Because what if a car hits you? And he's thinking, alright, well this guy's, well he might protect you, he might not, you better not fuck up. You know? But you can go where, like, people are looking at us. People are looking at us. That person's looking at us. People stop and they park and then they look. And if your job is just to condemn people, then you're just going to condemn people. But you can bring people in too. People ain't coming in through the YouTube. Like this brother, he said, I made a video about Habakkuk 1 and 6 and how the Calvaries destroyed the Gadites in 1891. And then he told me a story about his dream. He was in a building, working, I guess the building where he works, and something told him that there's going to be an earthquake, or he was watching the news. And this